Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the class. All. Today we are going to look at the bird's eye view of the course. Uh, I'm sharing you my screen. We have to look at the. Oh no. About myself sekejap ya. My name is Muhammad Haris bin Abdul Rani. I'm with the faculty for the last 14 years. My area of expertise is kononnya lah kononnya lah mengaku expertise lah. Tapi my area is energy law. Uh, in the faculty, I think I'm the only one yang ada that expertise lah, energy law. But the paper elective tak buka lagi next semester. I think buka elective. But by then you all dah tak ada lah. You are going up the part 7. Okay, I've been with the industry for the last 25 to 30 years. So, banyaklah masa I kat luar daripada compare to ITM. I used to work with the bank for the last 10 years. At the same time, with manufacturing for 5 years, retail for another 3 years, and then with telecommunication for I think 5 to 6 years. You know, quite a number of places my wife menyampah because certain places when I went there, I used to work this year. Dia kata, you ni apalah, banyak kerja you dah kerja. So, but hopefully this, what I went through doesn't happen to you. You should be able to find your forte as soon as you finish your study. Yeah, hopefully lah you find what you want to do in life, something that you love. Like me, I think I love teaching. So dah lama dah teringin, tapi you know, eventually you come to your senses that you want to be a teacher. Actually, I wanted to be a school teacher rather than a university lecturer. But time bad dah lewat dah untuk nak masuk jadi teacher. So I'm confined to only lecturing. So why? Because dalam family I ramai yang teachers and lecturers. So actually they don't want me to be in the education. Kalau dia kata banyak sangat lah family member dalam education. So you do something else. But it turns out I still want to be an educator. So that is about me. I'm married. We don't have kids. My wife itu bising. When you introduce, you don't have kids. You don't tell them why you don't have kids. I don't want kids because susah nak jaga you all ni. Tengoklah. My age is equivalent to your parents' age. I don't know what suffering that they are going through, having you as their kids. Yeah. Some happiness obviously, but obviously it's all about responsibility. Taking care of you is no simple business. Yeah, it is all about responsibility. So we would like to enjoy life. We just don't want responsibility. So okay, that is a bit about me. What else? Okay, shall I show you the what they call it, syllabus? Yeah. So this is the syllabus. What we are going to do is we're gonna have a 3 WhatsApp group, right? I don't know. Should we have 2 WhatsApp group? Up to you, because one WhatsApp group is for WhatsApp. But I think kita maintain kot. Banyak sangat pening kepala saya lah. Saya ada dekat berapa 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 group. Yeah. Can we maintain one WhatsApp group since C and D is one? However, when it comes to tutorial, kita buat tutorial within the group, within the WhatsApp group. Meaning session for C dulu pukul bila hari Rabu tu, and then we continue the group discussion after that. Okay, so bila ada satu platform, then you can easily. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm not supposed to utilize WhatsApp. Though it is the most simplest, you also pakai UFuture. We will look at the nature of whether we are going to lose pula, use UFuture or not. Yeah. So for lecture, definitely I will have to create a link that you go into your future, go to your group, and then click the link, and then you can go, you can come to class using Google Meet. Yeah, so I have to set it up next week. Inshallah ada lah. The WhatsApp, so kita tak pakai WhatsApp lah. Semua upload dekat dalam future. So the document, the video, this recording would be or all recording akan masuk ke dalam YouTube. On top of that, this document, the course information, and also the they call it lesson plan, yeah, prepared by Madam Azlina, because she is the course the resource person for Juris 2. Okay, everything is going to be given to you, but I don't think you have that what they call it, materials. So the material, I will try to find the materials and put it up for you. But that doesn't mean that you cannot find it yourself. You can utilize our library. You can also utilize other universities' library, inter library loans and things like that. You can download articles. Yeah, we can search PDF. Yeah, PDF. You type in Jeremy Bentham, say for example, there's add in PDF, and then you have the PDF form of that particular person that we are looking for. Okay. So this paper, in continuation, I tak payah panjang cerita lah sangat ya, because you by now you should be able to know what is jurisprudence. For Juris 1 is basically about looking more towards theory. Yeah, it's about hypothetical or not really empirical analysis of the area of law. Okay, when we did that, remember kita tengok positivist, kita tengok naturalist, yeah? Kita tengok historically, Savigny, Pound pula. Kita tengok siapa, Bentham, you know, things like that. We are going to we have looked them from the perspective of their ideas. Yeah? It's just their idea. They do not really come up with concrete evidence. Yeah, that we people nowadays are more inclined, because we want things to be proven by statistic, by thinking, critical thinking, and things like that. It is quite difficult for us to accept positivism. Yeah, for example, just because they are the supreme, they are the one that is in power, therefore you have to follow them. Okay, it doesn't work nowadays. Yeah, just because you say it's natural. What is natural? What is universal? It is something that is common to everyone. Doesn't mean that it is common is something that is binding towards us. Okay, if you look at the natural law perspective. So sometimes people don't believe in religion, but still they are good people. So how do you justify that? You cannot identify saying that, oh, it is because of religion, therefore you follow everything that is good, that is being promoted by religion. People who doesn't believe in God, so they are doing good things, but how do you justify that? Okay, so the same goes for historical. You see, everything law that we have right now can be traced to historical perspective. So but certain things, certain laws does not have that historical track record. So how do you justify that? So as I already or you have already went through, there are so many perspectives from so many jurists, and you have to justify each one of them and analyze whether their ideas has been implemented in the society by virtue of the law, by virtue of the decision making by the judges. So you have done that. Okay. For juris too is all about evidence. Yeah. So all the juris that you are going to learn in juris too is more pragmatic. It is more realistic. Yeah. It is something that is you are easily able to understand. Okay, rather than juris one to is more metaphor, yeah, something that is theoretical. But here it is more of a realistic nature. Yeah, realism is something that is for this group of jurists. That is why kita bawa the first step kita tengok theory, the second step meaning the juris two, we are looking at the reality of things. Okay, so they are realist in nature. So having said that, as usual, you have to remember their names. What do they say about their thinking or their rationale? You know, in coming out with their theories or in terms of the logic of law. So that is something that is the importance. Now, having said that, juris tu ada yang fail because they have not managed to show
Sir,
that. Yes, sorry. Tak dengar?
sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay.
One of my friend has been requesting since tadi lagi
Oh,
tapi belum kena accept.
oh no. Okay. Good, good. Can you ask him or her to apply again?
Okay, sir.
Sorry ya. Cik Omar ada ajar I macam mana nak buat auto login, so I don't have to press accept. But hopefully, utilizing future, insyaAllah, you don't have any problem of that. Mana? Tak masuk ke? 47 orang sekarang. So, excluding me is 46. Kita ada 55 sekarang. Yeah, okay. Right ni. Hi. Guys, among you, I realize ada part 6, part 7 and part 8. So, part 7 and part 8 tu, I don't know why you are doing it late. I don't know what happened to you. Sekali lagi kita stay back part 7 and part 8 just to have a chat with you what happened and what needs to be done. Okay, for part 6, okay lah, this is the first time. Siapa yang first time part 7, part 8, then you can leave lah by the end of the session because you are taking it first time. For those repeaters sahaja, can you stay in order for to discuss, yeah, what happened and so on. Okay, where was I? Kita dekat syllabus tadi. So juris tu is more towards senang lah. Juris tu is more easy for us to understand. So resource person is no longer Cik Mariam. It is Azlina. Azlina. Ada Azlina. Can you see this? It's too small, right? Okay. Learning outcomes, as usual. What is the expectation of you by the end of the, by doing this course? You should be able to identify the nature of law again, yeah, and the values it should serve society. Yeah, so it's more of a pragmatic situation. I don't want to answer. Right, it is more towards the application of the theories of law towards the society, how a law should serve the society and change the society. So we also study the legal philosophy in that particular nature. Number 2 is that you are able to evaluate different approaches to legal philosophy. You know, what is philosophy? The love of thinking. So you remember that this paper is to promote, yeah, your legal thinking. So other papers are just about forcing you to understand the provision of the law and you have to memorize them and then apply them in the exam. But juries is more about you know already, right? It is more about critical thinking. You analyze things, you argue, you contemplate. So those are the things that it is promoted in this two particular paper. So therefore, in class, it is not one way. I am open to discussion, disagreement, argument, things like that. So it is up to you, because this, if you don't take this opportunity untuk develop your mind, your critical mind, by the end of the program, that is the only thing we will end up with which is our analytical mind. Other faculties, they produce things. Yeah, we don't produce things. We analyze things. Okay, so if you are a lawyer, so obviously you are to analyze in terms of the legal provision that is with us. Yeah, so a client might come to your firm and then with their problem, you analyze the situation, whether you are going to able to win if you were to take that particular case. People will come to you with problems, either as a lawyer, as the judge, or if you are in the what do you call it, corporate world. Yeah, if you are in the HR of a legal department of a company, obviously people will come to you with problem. You are to analyze the situation with your critical mind. Okay, so the only product that we produce is our mind, our polished mind. So this particular two paper, you are supposed to polish your mind in terms of starting to argue. I am not here to force you to telan, to reiterate what what I have already said to you. It's not my task. My task is to open your mind, and you should be able to be free. Yeah, and I always told my student, when you come to class, physical class, please let your uh, uh, religious stand, outside. You just leave your religious stand outside. You come to the class with no religion. Yeah, so meaning what? Not to ask you to apostate. Yeah, it's just that you just KIV your belief. Yeah, because if you bring in your belief inside the class or inside the study, then you will have what they call it, conflicts. Yeah, your mind is going to conflict. This is wrong, this is against your belief, is you are going to be in hell. Yeah, so what you can do is just let them be for a while. This is the scientist part. Yeah, you cannot be involved with your belief, so you just KIV your belief that you have for a while, and then you study, and then you evaluate, you think, you should rationalize. Yeah, you contemplate, and then later you can mix with your belief that you have. Say for example, a Muslim, you just put yourself not to be a believer at the point of time, and then you discuss, analyze. We are going to learn something that is against the religion. Yeah, um, but because they are these people that we have learned, they don't believe in God. So in order for us to study someone who doesn't believe in God, say for example, if you look at Marxism, Marx, Karl Marx, you have people in the feminist group, so they are not really believers in religion. Yeah, so you're gonna face conflict if you are going to have your belief. Yeah, so religious belief especially. So open up your mind. You should be able to understand. Yeah, and once you understand, then only you are able to analyze. Okay, you take in what you have learned, and then the one that your belief, and you compare and contrast. That is the critical thinking of your mind. Yeah, we are able to evaluate things. Do not let anyone force you to believe something just because they have the authority to say. Yeah, even your parents, your even me. Yeah, even the government. Because if we were to be in the position whereby we follow whatever people says, then what's the point of us being the keepers of justice? Okay, keepers of justice, you are to analyze things, you are to evaluate things. So in order for you to do that, your mind has to be free first. Then only you are able to be critical. Okay, so I am promoting that in class. I'm not that person that I say you listen. No, I don't believe in that. Okay, so just now I was being schooled by my being identified that when I say I don't mind you not coming to class, actually not, that is not what I'm trying to say. To me, your education is up to you, right? Sometimes people can, whatever rules that we put, you might you might come to class for 5 minutes and then you left. You can be in that position. Okay, for record purposes you are there, but you have no idea what happened just because you don't like the paper. But eventually when it comes to the exam, for those who have failed, their carry marks I believe is 40, 43, 44, or 45, just for 5 marks they fail. Yeah, in finals when the 40% comes, they are not able to produce at least 5 marks in order for them to pass. So I feel that you don't be like them. Yeah, so even though you don't like the paper, it is taxing things. Yeah, learning about somebody else's mind, how it works and things like that. uh, you struggle with it because eventually tidak aku jadikan sesuatu itu sia-sia. That is from the religious Al-Quran perspective. Nothing happens without a reason. So anything that you are learning here, if you put it as negative, there must be a positive outcome. Okay, so it's just a matter of you later on in life, you should be able to utilize this knowledge. Yeah, though it might not be feasible, something that is tak masuk akal lah belajar ni, mau mengarut je, for the sake of syllabus I am here. Believe me, it will be something of significant if you allow that element to come into your mind, because our mind are more or less corrupted. Okay, especially when you from part one, from Asasi until now, you are in the mode of dictation. Yeah, you are being dictated into, this is section ni, you produce section different than this, you are gonna fail. Things like that. But in my paper, in this particular juris, we are about critical analysis. Okay, so third element that you are able to evaluate different approaches to legal philosophy, the effects of law within society, and how the debates of jurisprudence influence substantive and procedural aspect. So you have learned all this while, except juris, procedural dengan substantive law, right? So either two je lah kan. So but now you make sense of why you are learning that. As I already mentioned, for those who were with me last semester, for juris 1, Donahue and Stevenson is one example. You have learned under law of tort, neighbor principle. This neighbor principle is because of the decision or the principle that comes from Lord Akin, right? So, but you have to know on what jurisprudential perspective that he is holding on in order for him to say that it is a neighbor principle. So if you see the rule that you are to love your neighbor in law, so the rule, where is the rule that in love to love your neighbor is coming from Prophet Moses, Ten Commandment. Itu dalam kitab Taurat. So people who are religious or Christians or Jew, just like Muslim, we believe in the same thing. Yeah, so ada disparity sikit, but for one God, the document is saying that you are to love your neighbor. When when in religion, if you believe in religion, you are to love your neighbor. In law, not to cause harm to that person. Yeah, that is what Lord Akin is saying. In religion, you love your neighbor, but in law, not to cause harm to that person. You should foresee, things like that. Okay, so the same thing with this paper. It is understanding where the foundation of such law come from. Yeah, any decision of the court, any decision of the legislature, any decision of anyone who is in power is the one that you need to understand. Remember, law is about study of how to manage power. Okay, basically studying law is how to manage power. So you need to know, you polish your mind in order for you to be able to control or manipulate or regulate the law. So you are able to describe ethical values, culture, historical, moral, policies, and socio-economic factors. These are the impact, yeah, to your life, and you are able to do that. Okay, so you are aware of all this, you can read on your own. Basically, what the course description is reflecting the course outcome. Okay, the syllabus content, we are going to look at number one, sociological jurisprudence. Yeah, jurisprudence from the perspective of jurists that is social in nature, because they believe law should be from the society. Okay, evidence in terms of what the society wants, so therefore law has to reflect what the society wants. Yeah, as compared to Juris 1 is more towards who is in power. Okay, we'll be looking at some of the what do you call it, Juris, Tamanaha, Nozick, yeah, Barry. These three is one of the main area that we will be looking at. Next, okay, we will be looking at American realism. The word realism, real, yeah, something that is real. You cannot say law is law because it is being made by the legislative body. Just because Parliament created that law doesn't mean that the law is law. So American realism says the law will only be law if I am, as the judge, I take up that law and use that law in my decision. So therefore, law is actually coming from me, i.e. judges, not from the legislative. So this is from the perspective of American realism. The one that is really in power would not be the law. Law is meaningless, but the one that is powerful, the lawmaker actually is the judges. Yeah. So we will be looking at Holmes, Franks, and Llewellyn. Yeah. Next, the third area, we are going to look at Scandinavian realism. Also, the group of realistic people, realistic jurists, but they are from Scandinavian country. Yeah, Scandinavian countries, Denmark, Finland, and so on. Okay, their approach is just, totally different from American, because they are looking at the nature of the society in terms of the society that they have in Europe. That they have advanced, yeah, in terms of education, in terms of running the countries. They are at the same time allow negative things that we, from the standpoint of morality, we say that that is crazy. Allowing drugs, allowing euthanasia, allowing selling of your body, yeah, prostitution and so on. Yeah. So we look at that, how they see things, and to look at how they see things, law as valid or not. Okay, that is Scandinavian. And then we look at Marxism. Yeah, Marxism, where Karl Marx says that we actually, law doesn't have any function at all when we achieve that what they call it, that status, yeah, that of society that he wanted us to achieve. Because law if we achieve that status, law have no meaning at all. We don't need law. In a society whereby everything is good, which is, you know, quite funny lah. In our society, tak mungkin ada uh, uh, people will be doing good, except if you want to relate to your after, you know, after you die, then you might be saying that it's similar to heaven. So we are going to look at Marxism in terms of how it applies, what he said, and then how it was translated into reality in the Soviet Union and obviously in China. Okay, we will also discover why Russia collapsed, communism in Russia collapsed, but not in China. Okay, and then next, last two would be postmodernism jurisprudence. Okay, this is not only modern jurists but postmodern, meaning they have this. They don't want to be tied down with anything. Uh, they don't have any, what do you call it, theory or perspective that they hold on to. Anything goes. We look at the perspective of Habermas, and how he see things. And we will have to investigate how this postmodernist jurists, they see the function of the law. And then lastly, we will be looking at, I think we have one more. Oh yeah, we have one more. Feminist jurisprudence. You have learned this earlier on, but we will be looking into why these people, they don't agree with the law, the provision that the law we have right now biased, that is anti-feminist. You know, in fact, I do agree with them. In fact, just now, apa nama yang kita tengok tadi? Yang bunuh-bunuh. Forensic files. Just now we believe, myself breakfast dengan my wife to tengok forensic files. The victims yang banyak yang mati semua perempuan. Men are evil people. We kill, men kill women, and women actually becomes the, become the victims. So we will be looking at that. And then the last one, we'll be looking at the application of the law with respects to judicial decision. So here, topic 7 is a combination of all the thing that you have learned and applying it to the decision making of the judges, be it in Malaysia or elsewhere. Now, having said covered this, I would just want to reiterate, I realized that there are a document that is being passed around to students, from your seniors, and you are taking it as your Bible, as your point of reference. Last semester, when we, the three of us, when we look at our assessments, our students' assessment, we discovered that they are holding on to something that is similar to all of them, as if that they are reading one document. They might not go into a discussion. I don't know whether they have done a discussion in order for them to answer that final assessment. But I believe that they are relying on a document. And when they rely on that document, when they answer, habis semua salah. So please do not try to simplify Juris 2 or Juris 1. Juris 2 lah in this case kan. So please do not simplify by relying on a document that is being given by your seniors or the one that is passing around. Please read and discuss and argue with me, especially when it comes to what do you call it, questions. Final exam question, they are very complicated, very lengthy in nature, but the content should be sticking to the syllabus. You are not supposed to take something that is not related to the syllabus, and on top of that, misquotation. Yeah, you apply somebody else in a very wrong manner. Okay, we would do the past years later on in our tutorials in order for us to discover how to really answer properly. Okay, though you are free to do whatever you want, but please stick to the syllabus and stick to the idea that is being presented on what they call it in the writings. Yeah, so don't do something that is different. So obviously you are not going to get marks. Okay, so any silap assessment ni tak pindah lagi. So ada kan? So 40 final, 60 carry mark. So materials, okay. We look at Rida and Freeman, the kita punya kitab lah. So tell me if you need materials that I can scan and post it back to you. Please do. I'm here for you to refer to. Okay, you can refer to Dias, you can refer to Rida and Freeman. Freeman ni yang tebal ya. Dias pun tebal juga. Okay, that's it for the what do you call it? For the course outcome, course outcome lah. For the what do you call it? The syllabus. Now, any questions so far? Can you write, or if you don't want to write, you can talk. Any questions that you want to ask before we look at the yeah, anyone? Tak ada? Yeah, Naim.
How are the assessments going to be conducted since you are running both tutorials?
How?
The assessment.
Assessment, kita ada 3 assessment according to the lesson plan. Okay, the release. Okay, if you can see here, the release of first assignment on week 5, then deadline 1 week for you to complete the assessment. Assignment 1, assignment 2. This is the assignment 2. The question is not by me, it is by Madam Azlina. So she will give you the submission of the assessment questions, and then you are to comply with that. So 60 from the carry mark, and then 40 for finals. So this would be the assignment 1, week 3, submission week 3, week 7. 7 weeks. So let's go into detail later on. Submission of assignment 2. Yeah, stick to this. Maybe ada sikit silap di sini. So these are the ni, and then we have some links. Yeah, you can utilize them. Banyak ada kat sini. Jenuh nak baca. Okay, please baca. This is just some of the materials. You need to have more materials than this. Okay. Yes.
Berapa ramai per group untuk assignment?
Oh, assignment, yes. Kita ada 20 orang, 25 orang, 5 in the group.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Can you guys formulate the 5 group 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Group 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Tapi kalau kita ada 23 sekarang, I think it will increase because ada 2 hari untuk register. So people are tengah audit which class and things like that. Yeah. So I believe 25 lah maximum. So ada 5 group. Just nice lah for you to at least. So during the assignment for assessment ni, that 5, make sure that 5 is functioning. Yeah. Kalau ada yang tak contribute, let me know, and then I will settle the issue by by punishing that person, not to have the same marks as the other group members. Okay, so mungkin E, A or C, you know, depends. So please make sure if you are in the group, you have to contribute. Okay, good. I think Atika okay ya yang tu? Lagi? Anyone else? So far, ada tak? Can you type whether there is any or not? Tak ada? Alright. So I will give you this video, right, before the lecture, and obviously the materials you have. So you look at the video, you read, and then you come to class. Kita buat class dalam half an hour. Yeah, I don't want for you to utilize your data so much. Duduk 2 jam ya, no point. I want you to interact that half an hour for you to ask questions, discuss, and things like that. And then that's it. And then we can continue within future ke, you know, the discussion. Okay. Okay. That's it. If there is no question, then siapa yang repeaters, please stay. Then kalau yang the first time respective, itu pakai Meet Tutor tak? Kita pakai future. Future meaning kita buat discussion dalam tu lah. Okay, first time nak pakai, so I'm new to it, but sama je mana-mana pun ya. Dia punya format dia sama. Okay, so boleh Imani? Okay, any other question? For group C ada WhatsApp group already. Kalau ada tak? Siapa yang cakap tadi ada group? Ada tak group yang dah establish? Can you create only one group saja? Okay, tak payah ada banyak-banyak group. Satu group yang combine between C and D. Senang. Ya, I tak pening kepala. Tidak pening I sampai tak mau tengok WhatsApp. My wife yang akan go through my phone to check things. Ya, ada satu je group. Kita pakai future for record purposes, and then ITM pun nak promote that. Okay, boleh Naim? Kita pakai satu group. Siapa yang nak create group, I leave it to you guys. Siapa yang ada inisiatif untuk create that group, please include me. This is my number. And this is my wife number. Okay, 019-329-6291, 010-400-2981. Okay, so these are our numbers. You can include us in the WhatsApp. Tapi kita tak pakai sangatlah WhatsApp. Kita nak pakai future, insyaAllah. Cakap bergedar-gedar tapi kita pakai lain cerita. Tapi mission is to get the information or knowledge across, insyaAllah. So, any other questions that you want to ask? Other than Shamshira, Whitney, Imani, Naim, thank you for asking question. Oh, you all, Shamira kata tak ada kan, Whitney. Anything else before we end the session? Tutor minggu depan lah. Minggu depan. Minggu depan lagi 2 minggu lah. Kan? Sebab lecture pun tak start lagi. Unless kalau you ada soalan-soalan, just tanya je dalam ni. Tak, you don't have to wait for tutor. It start now. Meaning pukul 12 malam, you teringat kata, ada benda nak tanya. Tanya je lah. Jawab tu tak tahu kemudian. Ya saya.
Tak ganggu ke kalau student text anytime?
Malam, my wife memang bising lah. Dia kata, apa you allow student do text malam-malam ni?
So office hour lah?
Tak, message je. Tapi jawab tu office hour lah.
Alright, thank you sir.
Kalau saya tak tidur lagi, saya nak layan you boleh lah. Okay? Tapi layan in a sense lah soalan you all ni. Tapi you have your problems kan, you want to study and then you don't understand, you want to clarify, then it's okay. InsyaAllah soalan. Ada movie to make yeah, I used to show them a movie of The Mist. Tapi The Mist tu boleh juga kalau nak tengok The Mist tu kan. It is a jurisprudential punya foundation. Okay, nanti I give you movies and you are to evaluate. Tapi movies, okay lah, boleh lah. Try to find movies that is relevant to. Actually, semua movie, you kalau perasan ke tak perasan lah, semua movie yang you tengok, semua ada jurisprudence dia. Apa yang belajar juris ni, irrespective whether juris 1 or juris 2, memang akan ada. Sebab juris is the underlying of everything. Yeah, thinking about, because everything is about law. Nothing is not because without law. I think I bet my student, you prove me wrong that there is nothing that is regulating anything that you do. Even you nak kencing ke, still there is a law that regulates that. Do you want to do your business, mesti ada law regulating that. Even you say that you want to breathe, yeah, there is no law that regulates my breathing. Yeah, yes, there is none. But the quality of the air that you breathe, is it regulated by the law? There is a law. Okay, law is everything. Everything that we have in this world is regulated by law in one way or another. It is a matter of kalau you tengok movie, you nak cari dia punya jurisprudential punya perspektif. Okay, kalau you dah tahu, then you should be able to know. Bila you dapat tahu, oh, this is the jurisprudence of this person in this movie, wow, you punya level dah sampai level that you have that critical thinking. You analyze things, and that is what we want to do. Okay, so I will give you movies title that you can go through and try to find out the underlying what they call it, underlying principle of jurisprudence inside. Okay, Anis boleh?
Sir?
Yes, Laila.
Soalan dari Nurliana tu.
Mana Nurliana? Nurliana. Oh, group mate boleh campur from both classes. Oh, kalau boleh maintain lah sebab pening kalau sebab once you bila sampai exam, my marks is going to cross, so I am confused. Kadang-kadang bila confused, ada buat mistake. If you allow a thing to go wrong, it will go wrong. So what I want to do is just maintain your group. Okay, logic is when you go out, when you work, you cannot choose your friends. Yeah, you are in the office, then you have to take the members of the office as your colleague. Yeah, so let's start now. Work with someone that you are not familiar with. You are forced to do discussion with that person. So nanti insyaAllah bila you dah keluar, you dah comfortable. You give me anyone, I can work with that person. Okay. Soalan lagi? So ada tak repeaters dalam kelas? Kalau ada repeaters, you'll stay lah. Kalau tak ada, if this is the you don't want to ask any other questions, then I think we end the session. Yeah. Thank you. Take care. Careful of COVID.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank
so
you, sir.
See you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Ada repeaters staying back? If you are not the repeaters, please leave the room. Nisa dengan Intan. Nisa, Intan, are you repeaters? Nisa? Can you, if you are repeating, then on your audio. Nisa? You are the only one left. 3 orang. Oh, tak ada.